and they start riding on a defensive or a reactive position, and they're reacting to what the horse is doing, and that's really easy to get into that habit. But like her, you saw she was a little bit fresh when I got on her, not real bad, but a little bit. And I started putting it to work, give her a job, started moving her body around. And her breeding, she is Gunner on the top and Einstein Revolution on the bottom. Which Gunner, that is Gigi's breeding, and Einstein Revolution was a brother to Bob's daddy. So basically she is Gigi on the top and Bob on the bottom. And that cross is actually a pretty popular cross for some pretty high performing reining horses, which that is what she's bred for, is reining. I'll open my left leg. We need more forward there, and let's go back out. She's moving the back end a good bit because she needs more forward, which is one of the things that the owner had mentioned. One of the things I'm feeling right off the bat with her, I'd said a minute ago that she was kind of hanging on my hands, and right there where I asked her to step around, she was kind of on her front end, a little bit on my hands. I was pulling, but she really wasn't bringing her front end around, and her back end was moving around a lot. I want to thank everybody for following me on Patreon and subscribing and following me there. I have 3 levels. There's training insider level. For that level, you get access to all of the in-depth training videos that I put out. For the elite level, you get access to all of those videos, plus you get access to all the pictures and videos that I post, what's going on daily here, so that you feel like part of the barn and you feel like part of the group here watching the training go on. And then this is a horse that just came in over the weekend. I'm recording this on Monday. Plus you get one free video lesson Saturday evening. If you're already subscribed, I appreciate you for following me. Yesterday she got some time out. If you're considering upgrading your free membership to a paid membership, I really appreciate it. See everything and get a chance to move around after her ride here. This is the first time I've been on her. Her name is Sunita. She's 3 years old and has had a fair amount of riding. I saw some video of her being ridden before her owner bought her, and she's had a fair amount of training. The owner's primary, some kind of the things that she wants me to accomplish. She really fidgety standing tied. Not much go when you're riding her, which that hasn't been an issue so far today, but we'll see. Being the first ride, I'm sure this is going to be a little bit different. And as I see, I got on her. I've just been walking some left circles. I want to make sure her attention is on me. Since I don't know her, she don't know me. We just walk in these circles. I have her in my low port leverage bit. Pretty sure she has been in a leverage bit, but we'll see. I might have to back her up to a snaffle for the next ride. Let's go some right circles. So the owner wants me to work on some of the fidgeting, standing tied, a little bit more go under saddle, work towards some ranch riding stuff. So far the go under saddle hasn't been an issue, but I bet it will after this first ride. Go ahead and let her move forward a little bit. I'll start asking her to kind of bridle up. Right now I'm just wanting her to point her nose and move forward. I don't know if she's ever seen cows before, but there they are. She has now. She's looking around a lot. That's why I keep going back into the circles, make sure I have her attention. Looking at the cows, looking at the cat. You couldn't see it, but behind the camera, Leo jumped up on the wall and was walking down the wall, and she was watching him, and she can see the cows out back. Not really acting on anything, just looking around, taking it all in. That's very reasonable. I'll accept that. Let's ask for a trot and see what happens. She didn't feel stiff or bow her back up or anything. I think she's pretty good. I think she's pretty broke like I thought she would be. She is shot all the way around. Not real crazy about how her back feet are shod. Her toes are pretty short. She stood up a lot, which the angle looks to be about right. The angle looks to be about right, but her toes are pretty short. Let's go back to trot again. I got her out of the stall and just got on her. I didn't lunge her. You know, I really don't care to do that. I've talked about that a good bit. I think that little jump was over the cows out there. And we were right at freezing this morning. A little bit of frost. I think it was 33 degrees. So she's pretty fresh. She came from Virginia. I'm sure they've had cooler nights than what we've had. I'm recording this on the Monday before Christmas. I'm not sure what day this will be out. Might be out tomorrow. The main thing I want to accomplish today with her is just kind of get a feel for her. Really nice looking horse. Come on. In the video of her that I saw, they were doing a lot with her. Trot her around a little bit, then I'll start moving her body around. See how that goes. She's hanging on my hands a little bit, but I bet she'll get softer after she gets to look around a little more. She really don't act like she's been ridden a lot in a leverage bit. I'm sure I'll ride her some in a snaffle bit, but she needs to learn a little bit about a leverage bit too. Okay, now let's work some circles and some counter bending, and let's see what body control I have. Videos I saw, she actually had a little bit of a spin, a little bit of a stop. Let's see what we get. So to just kind of help her out, because I know her attention is all over the place, we're going to start by walking some circles. I'm putting a good bit of spur on her, just kind of asking her to pick her back up, use her body correctly. I'll open my left leg. We need more forward there, and let's go back out. She's moving the back end a good bit because she needs more forward, which is one of the things that the owner had mentioned. A little bit more go. All right, let's see what we get to the right. Open my right leg, put a little bit of left leg on her. Kind of the same thing there. She's wanting to kind of plant the front end, move the back end around. So I'm going to soften the front end a little bit with some counter bend. Move the shoulder, move the shoulder, move the shoulder. Let's move the shoulder the other way. One of the things I'm feeling right off the bat with her, I said a minute ago that she was kind of hanging on my hands. And right there, where I asked her to step around, she was kind of on her front end, a little bit on my hands. I was pulling, but she really wasn't bringing her front end around. And her back end was moving around a lot. So that's one thing I'll be working towards, working on that. I'm sure when she was in reining training, they worked on that. There, now I'm using my legs, using spur, lifting her back up. She's coming off my hands. She's had all this done. She's just a little bit dull to it, needs a refresher. Right there where she's dropping her pole and breaking at the pole, all I'm doing is kind of lifting with my spurs. I'll make contact and do a little lift. There's several ways you can use your spurs. You can push, you can bump, which I'm not crazy about bumping. I will do in certain cases, certain situations. Here I'm making contact and then lifting. Right there, lift, that put her head down, lift again, lift again. What that does, that helps to lift her back. And when I lift the back, it lowers the ears a little bit and breaks at the pole. She knows that. I'm not just now teaching her. She already knows that. A little bit of right rein, right leg. Soften that shoulder up. Real similar to what I've been working on with Hope. I go forward. She took that step back. We're going to go back forward. We're going to do it again. So in the development of the spin, what will happen if the horse is not soft enough on the outside rein? What they will do is they'll get stiff right there to the outside rein if you're stepping to the left. And when they get stiff, they back up, and then you end up with not enough forward, and you end up with a backup step in the back, and they shift their weight to the opposite foot. Instead of the inside, they shift the weight to the outside. The things that the owner wanted me to work on, like the fidgeting in the wash rack, just kind of general fidgeting, not a lot of go. Some of that, a lot of that, I'm going to work on just by advancing her training. Give her a job, and that should help some of the fidgeting. That should help mature her mind a little bit. Going to challenge her a little bit. Let's go back forward again. We'll work right now. Going to challenge her a little bit. That's going to help a lot of that. Some of it, will help when she matures some more. I've talked a lot in some recent videos about self-discipline and how a job gives a horse self-discipline. And that seems like she's lacking a little bit of self-discipline, but she also seems to be lacking a little bit of work ethic. You get the self-discipline with the job, but you also have to have work ethic to go with it. Now right here, I'm asking her to move her shoulder over, but I'm trying to get her to walk forward at the same time. Forward and move, forward and move. Almost what would be like a canter pirouette, except in a walk. Keep the back end moving forward. What that does, if the back end is moving forward, that helps to lift the back, which puts the front of the body, the rest of the body in a better position to do the step over. Since she's a horse that seems to be lacking a little bit of forward, needing a little bit of forward, I want to work it that way for a little bit. There we go. All right, let's just walk a little bit. Now I noticed after I put her to work and started asking her to move her body around, a lot of the looking that she was doing just quit. And that's where a lot of people get in trouble. They start worrying about the horse looking or acting on something. Now she's kind of shouldering over to the barn. Let's use my left leg to push the shoulder. And they start riding on a defensive or a reactive position, and they're reacting to what the horse is doing. And that's really easy to get into that habit. But like her, you saw she was a little bit fresh when I got on her. Not real bad, but a little bit. And I started putting her to work, give her a job, started moving her body around. And a lot of that kind of fresh looking around, head high, went away, and where her ears were locked forward, now they're back, listening to me. Looking in the barn, let's give you something to do, change directions. Simple as that. So I'll trot her around a little more, lope her a little bit, get the feel of her, doing that, see how she acts, and then work from there. I'll be doing quite a few more videos of her. Yeah. If you're thinking of sending a horse to me for training in the springtime, go ahead and message me so we can go ahead and get that locked in. Those spots are already filling up. I'm already booking quite a few spots in the spring. So if you're thinking about that, give me a call and we'll talk about it. We'll get you on the schedule. So this is, what else her name? Sarita? Sarita, yeah. And I'll be doing more videos of her. And if you're watching on YouTube, I'll have a link to her playlist somewhere here. Until next time, thank you for watching.